Today, in last class, we have studied how Newland in 1864 discovered his new model of arranging all the different elements. He picked up 56 to 63 elements, 56 elements, and finally he arranged them in an octave law, which we already have studied. How he used musical notes to identify different groups, and how he pointed that we can get the properties of any element by putting them in a sophisticated manner in musical notes. But since that was proved to be a wrong one, because not all those properties of those elements were matching up with that periodic table. And still there were two elements in the same shell. I already discussed what drawbacks were there and how it failed. After that time, after that period, in 1869, a scientist known as Mendeleev, a Russian scientist, in 1869 proposed his own theory of arranging all the different elements in a table that he named periodic table. He said that all the properties of any element is the periodic ascension of their atomic masses, So actually the meaning of his words are, the property of any element is actually the outcome of the atomic mass of that particular element. So the mass is the main deciding point of any characteristic or any behavior by that particular element or by atom. Okay, so according to Mendeleev, all the physical and chemical properties of any element is the outcome, is the result of the atomic mass. So he arranged all those elements in a different manner. He arranged a table which had some basic rules. He arranged this periodic table. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 groups. From up to down, if you go through, you can see the Roman numerals from 1 to 8. He divided those elements in 8 different groups and 6 different periods. Period number 1, period number 2, period number 3, period number 4, 5 and 6. So he divided all those and he included 63 elements known at that time. 63 elements. Mendeleev was very clever. He knew that with the advancement of the new technologies, with the advancement of new timing, we are discovering new elements. So maybe it's possible that still there are some elements left in the periodic table. So because of the sense, of that intuitive sense, of that sixth sense of Mendeleev, he decided to leave some gaps in the periodic table for the upcoming elements, and that was the masterpiece which declared him one of the best scientists in 19th century. Because after the discovery of his periodic table, new elements were soon started getting discovered, like a scandium, vanadium. These elements were not discovered at the time of the formation of this periodic table by Mendeleev. But those elements actually discovered after that time and fixed in the same position that Mendeleev had left for that element. You can see he left some gaps, he left some shells, empty shells for undiscovered elements, and those undiscovered elements appropriately, correctly fitted in the same group, in the same shell, in the same period. Isn't it awkward? Isn't it awkward? And very interesting and clever idea. Mendeleev actually had that intuition that he got some ideas, inputs from different varieties of experiments, and he decided to leave some gaps, and that gaps were actually fulfilled by new elements which were discovered later. Mendeleev actually created the new type of system, the new way of arranging all the elements, and his idea was to put all those elements according to the increasing of atomic masses. So you can see here, as the atomic mass are increasing, they are getting fit into the same place. you can't see helium because helium at that time were still undiscovered. Helium was discovered later by the observation of a spectrum of sunlight. Okay. You can see in still the modern periodic table obeys hydrogen, and beneath hydrogen is the lithium. Beneath lithium you can see sodium, potassium and cesium, not rubidium or silver, but you can see cesium. So these elements you can still see in group 1. In group 1. Okay. So what this represents you? This represents you the system which Mendeleev had discovered and which actually again reused in the modern periodic table. Yeah, according to new model, just because of the new theories, but still the new theory reused this idea of Mendeleev. He used Sanskrit words eka to rename new elements like eka aluminium, which he named, which were later discovered and called gallium. So he said eka aluminium. Sorry if you can't see there. Eka aluminium, which he said, which was discovered later by the name of gallium. He said the mass 68, but later 69 point something or 9, the average mass of gallium was discovered. So you can see here so many elements which were later discovered actually got that spot which Mendeleev had left. There are so many benefits which we got from this table. We can see the quite beautiful arrangement of all these elements, and in the making of this process, he also used the idea of putting elements having common properties. You can match this periodic table with the modern periodic table and can see many properties of this periodic table get matched with the modern periodic table. Okay, this is the periodic table which we later refined with some new by making new shells, new periods and new groups, but still this configuration keeps importance. What was the significance of this model? This periodic table postulated the existence of new elements. First thing, according to Mendeleev, there should be new elements which are still undiscovered, which he was quite right. Okay. Second, he classified those elements in groups and periods, which were again reused in making the modern periodic table. Okay. In the making of periodic table, he used the sense of radioactive elements, which was right. Okay. Some basic ideas which Mendeleev had proposed actually comes out to be true with time. So in this class we have studied how Mendeleev created this periodic table. In the later class we will discuss the pros and cons, the benefits and drawbacks of periodic table. Okay, up to this class, gracias.